It is October 14th, 2022. Of course, I'm here with your live show. I'm here with Mitch, here with Chris Ruffalo, Rod Zwacky, as I am every single day. Of course, we had a game made for prime last night in the NFL. And college games were the Baylor West Virginia game was entertaining, but the other one just an absolute stomp fest. As the total was 46 in the game, and UCF lit that up by themselves. No problemo. I think they almost did 1.5 on it, actually, because they scored 70, right? So 46. Yeah, more than 1.5, more than 1.5 times the total by themselves in that one for the Knights, who look to be flexing their muscle here after that early season loss to Louisville, and might be making a run for a to be one of those group of 5 bids. Chris, what'd you think?
Yeah, needless to say, I was a little bit disappointed I had the under in that game. I thought Temple's defense was going to show up at least a little bit, but
I like the way that Ruffalo gives that, that side. Like, I just asked him to throw a few pairs of my boxers in with his laundry. It's like, hey, do you mind if I throw my underwear in there with?
It's not as bad. It's not as bad as you'd think. Look. It is not as bad as you would think, because at least I would know which one of ours is which. Okay, at least if there's any silver lining to that. No, because I was trying to block that out of my memory and not bring it up again. But yeah, no, it was Temple folding like a cheap lawn chair. And UCF, yeah, like you said, maybe they did flex some muscle, really try to make a case that they are the team to beat in the AAC this season. I'm sure a couple of other teams will have something to say about that, but right now UCF looks really good. They've got some decent quarterback play from Plumlee. But I'm with you. I think that Baylor West Virginia game was far more entertaining last night.
Yeah, definitely.
Than whatever the NFL did.
Right. It was definitely, the Baylor game was lights out, the best entertainment of the night on the board. Great game in that one. UCF almost scored enough points combined as Baylor, and craziness in that one.
And it's what I was just typing there was just that we have a free offer for a 3-day consensus report. It's good all weekend. Use that code FREE3 where it says apply code. Very, very easy. You click on consensus. There's a box there. You click on 3-day. You click FREE3. You're off to the races. This is not difficult, and amazingly enough, over 1,000 people have already been able to do it today. So I know it can be done. I know it without asking, without the hand holding, without 6 emails. I know it can be done. I'm positive. Anyways, Rod, sorry about that. Go ahead.
All good. Does that F have to be a capital? Capital F.
I don't know, Rod.
Oh.
No one knows the F word better than me, but generally, I'm not sure. I think it works either way.
Okay.
Generally, Mitch isn't concerned about capitalizing on the F words. It's just a matter of getting them out.
I've been known to spew the F bomb. But, yeah, I mean, tonight's games, once again, it's just so weird with these light schedules. And I know we have some NHL tonight, and even that's a light schedule. But it's so it's these weird light schedule days. But, a month from now when college hoops is rolling, November 8th, it's like these days are going to be few and far between, So we know that. And, just when you come out of baseball and move through this transition, you just get a couple of light days like this. So, when you have SMU versus Navy and, FIU versus UTSA, all of a sudden, they're legitimate games. But, the Yankees and Guardians were rained out yesterday. We talked about it a little bit on the show, and I believe on the show we kind of had it announced that the game was going to be postponed. And but they are playing it today. The weather's supposed to be a lot better today, and they will be playing it. But it's still the same thing. It's Shane Bieber, Nestor Cortez Jr. Chris, any thoughts on this, Gem?
There's a couple things I like here. I like the first 5 under, and I like the Nerfy. I think this could end up being a scoreless game through the first 5 innings. It would not surprise me at all. we talk about how Cleveland only got 4 runs so far in the 3 postseason games they played to this point, and despite the Yankees, the bats they have in that lineup, they only scored 4 runs in game 1, and a lot of them came in the 6th inning onwards. So I think this is just going to be a low-scoring battle through the first 5, like the first 5 under and the Nerfy.
How about you, Rod?
I like the under 6s full game in this one. I think both pitchers go deep into this one. You look, Bieber 8-3 with a 2.65 ERA on the road this season. And Nestor at home 6-1 with a 1.95 ERA. In his last 3, he's been pitching lights out. 0.49 ERA over his last 18 innings of work. Definitely like the under. Runs coming to premium in this one. Same thing as what we've seen. Few runs get you the win. I think first to 3 wins this one.
Yeah, those of you that are signing up for the consensus report right now, it just means you don't get the newsletter. So I send out stuff like this in the newsletter all the time. So you guys should grab it. I'm going to, I plan on doing free 3 days of my own picks and all kinds of specials coming up all the way through to the end of the year. Just figure, why the hell not? But if you buy Chris's or Rod's monthly package today or tomorrow, I will give you my monthly for free. How about that?
Nice.
Chris is number 1 on the board, so I'll throw in mine for nothing. It's called working for turning tricks for free. But I will do it just to help these guys out if it does. Anyways, I like the Nerfy in this one also. So I just see it being tight early. I think it's all going to be tight, this game. I think it's going to be a tough one because for the Guardians, the rain day really hurts them. Bieber, this is it for him in this series. He may pitch, like if it goes game 5, he may be like a guy that comes in and pitches an inning or 2. But really, this should be it for Bieber in this series right here and now. So they got to take advantage of, their best pitcher while they have him. I think that, had there been the rain day, had there not been the rain day and that day of rest in between, that if they really wanted to push him out there, they could have done it. But they're not going to do it, more than likely, in this scenario. What they can only hope for is rain on the other side in Cleveland. Push it out a little further. And I think that's where the Guardians have the edge here. I think they have the better pitching. All right. Go to our next game in Major League Baseball. And it's going to be the Braves and the Phillies. Spencer Strider, if he goes, it's just going to be an inning or 2 from what I'm hearing up against Aaron Nola here. Chris, any thoughts on this game 3? This series tied 1 game apiece. I kind of feel that if the Phillies somehow were able to manage to get that win in game 2, that maybe they were in business. But I think now they're finito Santiago, as they say in the business. What do you think?
I'm going to go with the Braves as well. The 2 starts against the Braves that Aaron Nola had at home this season really struggled. I believe he gave up 9 runs. I think it was over 10 innings of work. And the Braves, 1 inning of Spencer Strider or 2 innings of Spencer Strider is better than none at all. And I think this is a solid Braves bullpen. The Braves team has been in this situation before. They're no strangers to adversity in the postseason. And I'm just not about laying any sort of number with the Philadelphia Phillies. So I think you're right. I think if the Phillies took the chokehold in this series, they would be a little bit easier to back here. But I think the Braves back in it. I think the Braves get the job done here. So I like the Atlanta Braves.
Rod?
I'm going to go Nola here in this one. I think Phillies snagged a win. He's been pitching pretty solid here at home. And Phillies 3-1 in his last 4 starts. You look, he hasn't given up a run in over 12 innings of work. He's been solid. So for me, it's like you look at this game and how healthy is Strider going to go in this game? Definitely
2 innings.
On a short.
They said 2 innings.
Yeah, 2 innings. Yeah, he might not even make that. Phillies bats could get to him, and he can be yoinked in the first. I definitely like the Yerfy in this one as well. I think we see runs right off the hop, right out of the gate. I like the Yerfy, and I like the over. Definitely see some runs, and I lean Philly.
Yeah, I like the Braves here too. I'm with you, Rod. I think the Braves get it done. When Jake Odorizzi goes out there and beats Aaron Nola, I think that anybody else that the Braves reel out, I think could beat him too. That's what we saw this season. So the Braves didn't even like bother with Wright or or Fried or anything like that. When Nola came out, they kind of just laughed it off. It's like, how about get Jake out there? It's kind of the way they treated him, and I believe that. I think Ronald Acuna Jr. I think we're going to see a breakout from him here. He missed out on all the fun last year. I think he wants to get in on it, and he's got the great arm in the outfield. I think that he's in a situation where Harper kind of gets the ink at that position, but I think Acuna's the way better player. So I think the Braves come here and make a statement. I think you have 5 or 6 guys on the Braves. I think this is one of those games where like all 9 Braves starters get a hit type game. It's like one of those because they're all on a tear. Olson's on a tear. Riley, Zuna, they're all on a tear. Dansby, Swanson, those defensive plays that they made last game. Anyways, at least we're all in agreement on that. Padres taking on the Dodgers. Got Blake Snell versus Tony Gonsolin here. Chris?
This was, I think, for me, the hardest game on the entire card.
How do you pronounce it? Because
I've been saying Gonsolin.
Because Tony T's always creative with the pronunciations.
Yeah. We should get him in for a guest spot just to ask for the pronunciation. But Gonsolin, however you say it, I think that he's going to have a bit of a rough time here. The one thing we've seen in this series so far have been runs. We've seen a 5-3 game for both sides in the first 2 games of this series. And we really saw Blake Snell struggle through his first start of the postseason, really struggled with walks in that start. He gave up 6 walks to 5 strikeouts over around 3 innings of work. And I think the Dodgers are going to have some success against Snell here. I expect the Padres to do their damage against Gonsolin. I think this game gets higher than 8 runs in this one. I'm going to go to the over here. I think we see at least 9 or 10 in this game.
I like the under first 5 in this one. I think Gonsolin and Snell have a great start in this one. And we go under early. I think we see some runs late, but early I think it's all about the pitchers in this one here. I'm going to take the under first 5 with both these pitchers.
I think it could be an under too, but I do think that this is the type of game where we see some solo home runs that just like all the scoring comes via the home run. So I think this is a good home run prop game. I think you go Trey Turner, I think you go Freddie, and I think you go Manny Machado. Call me crazy. If one of them hits a home run, you cover all the other ones, plus you got some money left over. If 2 of them hit home runs, it's a great day. If all 3 of them hit the home runs, well, then you've hit a home run. I don't know. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Maybe Mookie in there too.
I don't know. Degenerate Friday here. We should have, that'll be during NBA.
What?
I think during NBA season, starting next Friday, it will be Degenerate Fridays. We'll only do degenerate betting. There'll be only degenerate betting. It's like, well, wouldn't that if we had a bad day? Wouldn't that be called chasing? As a matter of fact, it would. I do it any other person does.
Follow Friday instead of chasing. You're going to call it Follow Friday.
Well, it's like it's like at the craps table. If you're running bad, what do you do? It's like, well,
you keep going.
You get all these other people like, I just walk away, whatever. I take $200 out of my pocket. I put on the hard 4. If it hits, I'm all the way back.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Degenerate Friday, we're going to bet on Roomba racing in Kentucky.
Yeah, it's Degenerate Friday. I'm only betting high risk props in parlays. Yeah, let's do some prop parlays. Prize picks.
Just props and parlays. Props and parlays Friday.
Yeah, we've got the what's it gonna say? We do have a Prize Picks promo. I just forget what our name is on it. Our code, 100% deposit match. Prize Picks. We never do the Prize Picks show. You know, maybe I should start doing it. I have so much free time. So much time, nothing left to fill it. I'm watching the game last night. I'm watching the game. Someone says, what was it? I'm watching the game. I watch the games on TV on some of these nights, and I just think, I'm so exhausted. I can't even imagine, getting up and going to a game. I'm just done, you know? It's like I have nothing in the tank. I mean, last night I fell asleep. I missed my program. Jay Briggs slept through our halftime show.
Well, that first half was such an excitement.
I could use a sleeping pill.
Well, we got a game here that's probably going to be a little bit more exciting, and this is SMU and Navy. We've got one of the worst pass defenses against one of the best passing teams, and one of the worst run defenses against one of the best running teams. I like the over. I'm taking it. Chris, what do you think?
Well, this over set at 57.5, and I think you can still take the over at 67.5 and feel comfortable. I like the over. I'm also leaning towards Navy and the points. I could easily see a 37-34 kind of game here where both teams get theirs offensively. This is going to be a back and forth game. They're both going to exploit the other's weakness. And I like the over. I like Navy plus the points.
What we saw last week from SMU against UCF, and what I think they should be afraid of here, is that Rhett Lashley runs a very hurry up style offense. You know, SMU's super up tempo. I mean, no huddle. You know, it's not just a no huddle offense; it's a hurry up offense. And you go 3 and out against a running team, your defense is on the field an awfully long time. And that's what we saw last week against UCF. And it was just, eventually, it was, first they got soft, then they got softer, then they were mush. So just the one thing to consider. I know, we have inverted line movement in this game. So a lot of the smart bettors, it's like, the money and bets are way out of balance. But once again, we don't know where that data comes from. So I call bullcrap. Speaking of bullcrap, Rod, what do you think?
I like the under in this one. I think just what you said. I think Navy's their goal.
Dare you call me bullcrap on Degenerate Friday? On all days.
I'm pretty confident. It's bullcrap Friday. You look at this one, and I like Navy. I think they run the ball. And their goal is to keep the ball away from the high-powered passing offense of SMU. And I think they do it. I think they do a really good job of it, holding the ball and limiting the possession of SMU in this one. Because SMU is just going to bombs away.
So do the players on the sideline also hold the balls?
They try to. Sure. Here, hold the ball a little extra. We'll bring a little more time. Come on.
Matter of fact, I might be holding my balls while I watch this thing.
Definitely, you never know. It depends if you're all relaxed on the couch, and definitely could be holding.
This is how I spend Friday. I have a list of all the college football games I'm considering betting and considering giving out as premium picks. Then I go through each one of them in complete detail, and it takes me all frickin' day. I put them out there.
Okay.
So that's what I'll be doing today. That and probably helping 100 people get their free consensus report.
And signing people
Just
up
sitting
for
there.
your month long, because if they purchase me or Chris's, then you get a free month of Mitch as well. Don't forget, sign up.
Does that work for the 2-for-1 too?
What's that?
You said the whole month, the
No.
month of, just individual?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify.
I mean, we have the 15 off on top of it, plus the
Yeah,
free
there you
incentives. I mean, eventually someone's got to pay for something. You know, it's like my lights start to flicker. You know, it's like 15% off, 2-for-1. You know, on top of a 2-for-1, so they make it 3-for-1. It's like I'm good. Anyways. Yeah, I just think this one goes over, and more overs. We go to our next one. Navy's getting better, and SMU, I know they played a little bit of a tougher schedule, but Navy plays a tough schedule too. I see SMU getting dragged up and down the field in this thing. Again, just like we've seen every week this year. Who'd they beat?
SMU?
Yeah. Who'd they beat? It was so long ago. Oh, they beat Lamar. My homeboy.
Nice.
And
big win there.
And North Texas. Navy beat East Carolina and Tulsa. They slaughtered Tulsa. They beat Tulsa as bad as, well, worse than UCF beat SMU. All right. But TCU and Maryland, I think, are pretty legitimate opponents. We go to the other game. Takes me time just to place my bets. By the way, I want to do them searching odds and deciding how much money to bet. I can't imagine how long it would take to do a deep dive on all these games. Thanks. You're welcome. UTSA taking on FIU. This one at Tamiami Trail in Miami. Could be a hot, soggy one. It's been some weather in South Florida. Chris, what do you think?
I'm going to go with UTSA team total over. I think Panthers going to have a hard time slowing down this UTSA offense led by Frank Harris. I think he's one of the more underrated and underappreciated quarterbacks in the country. I just think FIU. I don't think we're going to see the Western Kentucky 73-0 drubbing, but I think UTSA could get into the 50s here. So I'm going to take UTSA's team total over.
Nice, Rod.
I like the over. If UTSA can get into the 50s, then FIU can get us a couple touchdowns to push us over the total of 63.5. So I definitely like the over. I think defense definitely optional in this one. It's, might be a little lopsided, as you said. UTSA runs away with this one. Scores in the 50s. I think it's down to 32.5. It's dropped the point.
The only chance FIU really has here is if the weather, and that might be why it's dropping. Anyways, Chris, what do you got for sale today?
Oh, I still got my $15 pickoff play on the board for the MLB playoffs today. Dropped it yesterday, but hoping to get back on track today with this one. I really like this play for today. Also got my NHL power play.
What is your $15 pickoff play?
It is one of the 6 teams on the board.
All right.
And I got my NHL power play, and also got my Friday hat trick 3-pack. That NHL power play included in that 3-pack as well for $40, or use that promo code 15 off. I'll put something long term. Remember, Mitch was just saying, buy Rod or Ride today, you get a month of him as well, and use that promo code for the consensus report at the bottom of the screen.
Today's the type of day, like if someone sends me an email and says, how much should I bet on this game? How much should I bet on this game? A lot. Just bet a lot. It's Degenerate Friday.
It's Degenerate Friday.
Bet more than you can afford to lose.
That's going to be the promo code next. That's going to be the promo code next month.
How much can you afford to lose? throw a couple bucks on top of that. Call up some friends and borrow some money.
Anybody wants an early look into next month's coupon code DGen.
It's like press.
Chase, CHA.
I love it at the craps table when the dealer asks me, would you like the press? I'm like, the hard sell, huh? It's like, huh. Would you like to press that? You realize who you're talking to. All right, we go to the NHL, and I don't know. I think teams still trying to get their skates underneath them here. I think it's still a little tough to figure out. And we got the Columbus Blue Jackets against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning are the kings of the favorite role. They just absolutely smoke as favorites. Did Goudreau score in his first game for the Blue Jackets?
I don't think he did. No.
What if he doesn't score all season?
Did he?
What are the odds on that?
What are the odds on that?
Oh boy.
Then you got a team
run out of town.
Then you got a team that's minus 164 at home who sucks ass at home. That's the Red Wings. We all love the Red Wings, but they suck at home. I mean, they're terrible. Home favorites, they're like never cover. They never win. Then we got the Jets, Jets against the red-hot Texas Rangers. 2-0 from the blue seats at the God.
Pounding the smudges. Yikes.
Shark Tank. They did pound the smudges. And we've got the Sharks up against the Hurricane. Chris, what do you think here? A little minus 192 action for you with the Lightning?
No, but I will take the minus 164 action with the Detroit Red Wings. The Red Wings, if there's one thing you could say about the Red Wings, it's that at least they would win their games at home. You don't often see them as a favorite at home, but I think it's justified here. I think Red Wings, they got some guys like Andrew Kopp and David Perron in the offseason going to bring some veteran leadership to a bit of a unpolished and young Detroit team that I think they desperately needed. So, and they also got a great goaltender in Ville Husso. So I think
Who?
Ville Husso from St. Louis.
Who?
Ville. His name's Ville.
Ville?
Ville. Ville.
Which reminds me of that song, Ville, Don't Be a Hero.
Right? Ville, don't be a hero.
And I also like the under 6.5 Rangers
Ville
Jets.
So. What's his name? What's his last name?
Husso.
Ville Husso. It's that Michael Jackson tune.
Ville Husso's not my goalie. Can't believe I just did that. I'm gonna go with the under 6.5. I'm gonna go with the under 6.5 Rangers Jets. Solid goaltending on both sides here. It's going to be a great defensive battle. So I don't think we're going to see.
You see any props out here on who's going to win the opening face-off? I mean, let's get right into the real bet here on this stuff. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes. Let's put a couple dimes on the opening face-off
on this pre-gen DGen Friday. Man, no, I'll go with the Tampa Bay Lightning to win the opening face-off against Columbus.
All right. We'll have to see what kind of odds we can get on that. Just in case. I'm not saying that everybody else should be betting this. I'm saying that I might have some interest. Let's see. Rod, what do you think of these 4 NHL bombers?
Jams. In the first one, I like the under Tampa Bay and Columbus. I think both teams have been struggling to score to start the season. And we sneaking out. They opened at 6. They pumped it up to 6.5, the way that the teams have been scoring. But I think it was the other way. Vasilevsky's going to get a start. Merzlikins going to make his season debut for Columbus. Both these goalies are solid. And I like the under 6.5 in that one. And just so we were butting heads in the video, I'm going to take Montreal here. I know they got the first win against the Leafs. And because the Leafs did turn the puck over, and that's the reason why. But Montreal had to capitalize and put the puck in the net off those Leafs turnovers. They didn't just hand him the puck and dump it into an empty netter, so they did have to work for it. And I think that's what happens here. Detroit makes a couple of mistakes, and Montreal capitalizes on those mistakes and snags a win. Detroit 0-4 in the last 4 at home, so worth a shot here. All the Valley is on Montreal in that one. The other one I like the over in Carolina and San Jose. Carolina, both teams 3-0 to the under. That changes here. We're going to see some goals plenty in San Jose. I think both teams light the lamp, and it comes early and often. I like the over 6. That's just a touch low in that one.
I don't know. I think I'll just parlay 4 of these together. Like maybe the Lightning with Montreal. A few others. All right. Go to NBA. Is there NBA today? I think there is. Oh, lots of NBA. This must be the last day of the preseason. Magic against yes, it is the last day of the preseason. The Magic against the Cavs. Oh, I didn't bookmark. Someone wrote down the whiny bitch comment yesterday. So I guess we're not getting bookmarks anymore. It's like, I love when they like the, it's like, because I forgot to do them. It's
passive
like
aggressive.
Yeah, it's like, I got news for you. If you write them down for me, I'll post them. It's like, jackass. We like all of our community except for the assholes. Anyways, that should be our new saying for next year. We love all of our community except for the assholes.
Yeah. Love each and every one of you except for the assholes.
Except for the assholes. There's a few assholes out there. You know who you are. What an asshole. I watched the challenge last night, the Ride or Die challenge, MTV. These guys are like 50 years old, man. There's nothing fun about this anymore. It's like when they were like kids, competing, doing these games or whatever. It's kind of like, yeah, that's one thing. But now they're all like, married with kids and stuff. Doesn't even make sense. What an a-hole. Magic against Cavaliers. Pacers against Rockets. Got the Raptors and the Celtics, and the Knicks and the Blizzards. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, this is the one part of the schedule I was having issues with, but I do like the Raptors at home. I just think the Raptors are going to want to finish the preseason strong. I think the Celtics are still in a bit of disarray. They're still trying to figure out what's going on around them throughout the team. And
so the game's at neutral site. Where's it being played?
Let me see. I hadn't even seen it was being played in neutral site. Montreal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Center.
Sounds like a good place to bet a lot of money.
No. It sounds like a great place to bet a lot of money.
Don't they have a casino there?
Do they? I don't even know. They probably have a racetrack or something. But
my favorite Canadian casino is Casino Rama. I just like the name.
Yeah, in Aurelia. I've been there a couple times for a couple of concerts. It's like an hour away, but it's like
it's a Casino Rama.
I'm also going to go with the New York Knicks here. I think the Knicks at home, just playing a little bit better in the preseason than the Wizards have been, and I just think the Knicks, the deeper team. I think we're going to see them unleash a little bit here heading into the regular season. So give me the Knicks in that one.
I like the Celtics in the first half. I think they come out just like they did in an earlier preseason meeting between these two teams, and then they just rested all the starters and all the schlumps came in, and this game ended up going to overtime in the first preseason meeting between these two. I think Boston does the same, come out all hot and heavy, gets the win in the first half of that one, and then they do the same. They just rest everybody, and the Raptors come roaring back. Good chance to bet that live too.
So if you're betting the first half, would you also maybe bet the first quarter while you're there? Since you're at the window.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's Degenerate Friday. So, yes, bet the first quarter and the first half on the Celtics.
Since you got the app open anyway.
Since you got the app open anyways, yeah, you might as well.
Oh, no, my finger slipped and I accidentally bet the first quarter.
Yeah. Same team parlay that out, first quarter and first half. Watch the Celtics. I like the Timberwolves here over Brooklyn. Brooklyn showed nothing in the preseason. I don't think they're going to show anything here. We'll take the Timberwolves on that one. And the other one I like here, I like Dallas minus a 7. Obviously, Utah's not going to be very good. And 7 points, and it's 7 points for a reason. I think Dallas starts everybody and comes out. Same thing, plays a good game, wins this one by 10 plus. And then the last one,
Dallas. Hold on, 10 plus. Chris, what are the odds on that?
Take Dallas minus 9.5.
I didn't even know we were at that part. I didn't even know we were at that part of the schedule.
We're not.
Sorry.
We're not. But if Rod's betting minus 9.5 and alternate line 3.5 over, we'll make an exception. It's that kind of day.
It is. No, I'm going to bet this right now.
So bad I can't even find it on my book.
See, the books are not scared. They don't want you. They're like, you can't bet
that. Plus 130.
Yeah, I'm in. I like it.
All right. Chris, what do you think of the rest of the schedule here?
Yeah, the two I like the rest of the schedule. I like the Timberwolves big against the Brooklyn Nets. They're only laying 2.5 in this thing. You could even take them on the money line. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Lay a little bit of juice, but the Timberwolves have just been on fire in the preseason. The Nets sort of middling around, just sort of winning games here and there, but the Timberwolves really taking no prisoners. I think the Timberwolves keep the momentum going strong into the regular season. And I'm going to go with the Warriors laying the points. They've just been playing very well themselves. And I think we see a concerted effort from the Warriors. May rest a couple guys here, but I think they're just the better team here, and they're playing the better ball. So give me the Warriors by 6 or 7 points in that one.
I'm going to take the Mavericks as well. I like the Kings and the Hawks. I'm going to parlay them all together also. Anyways, last parlay for everybody. Today's also, we've been doing a lot of combos on the premium and VIP, but probably just another few days. Like tomorrow we'll be back to, individual ones, and then, probably early next week, and then that'll be it, depending on, the way the schedule looks. But we should have enough with NHL, NBA, and everything else to do it individually. Parlay, Chris?
I'm gonna go with the under between the Rangers and the Jets in the NHL. I'll go with the over between SMU and Navy, and I'll go with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I like. We're gonna take Montreal on the money line. We're gonna take the Dallas Mavericks minus the 9.5, and we're gonna take UTSA and FIU over the total in that one.
I did a baseball prop video. It's out there. I'm going to take the over in SMU-Navy, the under in the Yankees-Guardians, and the Dallas Mavericks minus 9.5. Anyways, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you tomorrow. Big college football show.